Extra time.
Hi, this is the Extra Time YouTube channel and I'm Boria Majumdar. Hope you're enjoying the channel which provides you with all the latest news and updates. And they're doing well. They're doing well from Bengal. Their sort of proprietors are my friends. For a long time they've served Bengal sport and I wish them all the very best. And today, come 7 p.m. tonight, everyone will want to know what has happened with the retentions. I hope you will watch this analysis. Coming to the Kolkata Knight Riders. The Kolkata Knight Riders yet again is a franchise that's really well planned. If you actually think the way they appointed Gautam Gambhir as captain, now that was a ruthless decision. That's the word that defines the franchise, ruthless. And the reason why I don't think they will retain Gautam Gambhir is because they are ruthless. They will perhaps, if I was the Kolkata Knight Riders, I would have retained Sunil Narine and I would have retained Chris Lynn. Because Chris Lynn alone can win them games, Sunil Narine has won them multiple tournaments. For Gautam Gambhir, I would wait. Because does Gautam Gambhir fetch a 10-11 crore price at the auction? Perhaps not. I would have retained my right to match card. I would have used that right to match card and gotten Gautam Gambhir and Robin Uthappa back. So maybe for Robin Uthappa or Gautam Gambhir and perhaps a Kuldeep Yadav, the choice will be among these three, two for the right to match. If Andre Russell is allowed to play, then for Andre Russell. But my two retentions as far as Kolkata is concerned would have been Chris Lynn, one, and definitely Sunil Narine as their number two. The Mumbai Indians. One of the most celebrated IPL franchises. Multiple times they've won the IPL. So who do they retain? One is a given. They've got to retain Rohit Sharma. Captain, perhaps the best player in this format. One of the most explosive players in the world as we've seen in recent times during the India-Sri Lanka series. Rohit is an automatic choice. Number two is actually a debate. Should they retain Hardik Pandya? Should they retain Jasprit Bumrah? Hardik Pandya, because of his all-round ability, perhaps is going to be preferred over Jasprit Bumrah, where they will use the right to match. So if I was the Mumbai Indians, I would have done Rohit Sharma, Hardik Pandya, and then I would have taken a punt. I would have gone with Krunal Pandya. Why? Because Krunal Pandya is a uncapped Indian player. So I would have spent 3 crores and not 8 crores because he is uncapped. So I would have spent Rohit, Hardik Pandya, Krunal Pandya as my 3 retentions, and then I would have done Pollard and I would have done Jasprit Bumrah as my right to match. That's what I would have done if I was the Mumbai Indians. Coming to the Royal Challengers of Bangalore. A franchise that promises to deliver every year incredible players. Virat Kohli, AB de Villiers never won the tournament. Surprise. Who do they retain? Pretty poor year after a fabulous year in 2016 when Virat Kohli hit those 400s. So it's a no-brainer that Virat Kohli will be retained and will lead the team. Will AB de Villiers be retained? Perhaps yes. But will anyone else be retained by the franchise? Someone like a Lokesh Rahul, who was extremely good in 2016. Should they go on to retain a Lokesh Rahul is a question. Or will they use their right to match? Will someone like a Mitch Starc, who was originally part of the RCB setup, be available again, be playing the IPL? These are questions that Royal Challengers will ask, and if they are, they might be using the right to match to get these players back. 2 retentions as far as I'm concerned, not 3 as far as Team Bangalore goes, and that 1 is Virat Kohli, 2 will be AB de Villiers. Sunrisers Hyderabad. It's actually a franchise that has its work pretty easily done here because their captain David Warner is an automatic retention. He's taken them to the final and won them the title. He's been one of the best players of the IPL, if not one of the best players in this format in the world, David Warner. So David Warner, definite retention, and I know for a fact that he will be retained. Number 2, big call. Shikhar Dhawan, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. If I was Sunrisers Hyderabad, I would go with Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. How much money will Shikhar Dhawan fetch in the auction? I will get him, use my right to match and get him back. And then the one bowler. If I was Sunrisers Hyderabad, I would retain Rashid Khan. Rashid Khan is that X-factor bowler. He can win them matches ahead of anyone else. I would have let Yuvraj Singh go. I would not spend my purse for a Deepak Huda, but I will spend my purse for a Rashid Khan because I do think Rashid Khan stands enormous, or maybe use my right to match. So 3 ways to look at it. 1, retain David Warner, retain Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, and then maybe Shikhar Dhawan and Rashid Khan, use your right to match and get them back from the auction. That's what Hyderabad Sunrisers should do. The Delhi Daredevils, perhaps one of the franchises which has not performed to potential right through the IPL over the last 10 years. Team completely in flux. Every year they've done a lot of chop and change which has not worked, so there is no core in place, which is why the retention thing is very fluid. If I was the management, one is not to retain a single player. Maybe 2 people, Shreyas Iyer and Rishabh Pant, you can get them back as right to match and leave it at that. Or if you really want to retain, just retain one. Retain a Shreyas Iyer, who is now part of the Indian setup, can win you matches, and for Rishabh Pant, you can win him back as far as the right to match is concerned. Anyone else, you have to ask yourself this question: can anyone else win me a cricket match single-handedly? Maybe a Chris Morris. Maybe a Chris Morris, given his all-round ability, should be retained. Perhaps a Chris Morris and a Shreyas Iyer, but that too is a fluid question. Should the Delhi Daredevils walk that line, or should they exercise the right to match? So maybe 1, Shreyas Iyer and Chris Morris and Rishabh Pant as the right to match. The Kings 11 Punjab, another franchise which unfortunately for them hasn't performed to potential in the IPL. If I was in their shoes, what would I have done? Perhaps the one player they might want to retain is Akshar Patel. Maybe a Glenn Maxwell, who has that X factor in him but has hardly delivered, can be got back from by using the right to match. And someone who's unfancied, Sandeep Sharma, because of the fact that he's uncapped, can be retained by spending just a purse of 3 crores. Because Sandeep Sharma will play the 14 matches, will do value for service, or rather is good value for money. So maybe you can retain Sandeep Sharma as an uncapped player. So Akshar Patel, Sandeep Sharma, get Glenn Maxwell back as the right to match, or maybe David Miller. These 2 you can use your right to match and get them back. Coming to the Chennai Super Kings. He's making a comeback after being suspended for 2 years. It's a given. Obvious captain and retained player is Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Suresh Raina will also be retained, and may also be Ravindra Jadeja. So the 3 players who will be retained as far as the Chennai Super Kings are concerned, they'll spend 35 crores, but they know that by spending this 35 crores, they have their core in place. Ravi Jadeja, tremendous under MS Dhoni. Suresh Raina, one of the best players in the IPL, in the history of the IPL, and obviously MS Dhoni. So these are the 3 retentions. Right to match, that's a more tough one. Will they go with Ravi Ashwin? Get Ravi Ashwin back by using the right to match, because that's how they made Chennai into a fortress. And the second one, Dwayne Bravo, because can they do it? Ravi Ashwin is their 4th Indian, so they cannot do 4 Indians. So that's a call between Ravi Jadeja and Ravi Ashwin that they have to take. And if Dwayne Bravo is fit, then definitely Chennai will exercise the right to match as far as Dwayne Bravo is concerned. Finally, coming to the Rajasthan Royals. Again, a team which has been a very mediocre kind of team after year 1 when they won the IPL to everyone's surprise under Shane Warne. Simple answer, 2 retentions as far as I'm concerned. The best player in the world in Test match cricket at this point in time, Steven Smith, has to be retained. Extraordinarily good year as Pune captain, led the Pune Super Giants to the finals of the IPL, and if you remember, it was Pune's match to win. They lost the final to the Mumbai Indians by 1 run. It was clearly Steven Smith, and even got a 50, I think 57 from memory, and could have won them that contest. So Steven Smith is definitely a retention. Number 2 is Ajinkya Rahane. Again, a decent year for Pune, a very, very good player for the Rajasthan Royals all through. So Steven Smith and Ajinkya Rahane, my 2 retentions, maybe 1 right to match here. And that right to match would be James Faulkner, because I don't think the Gujarat Lions use James Faulkner most prudently. He's still very good with both bat and ball and is a reasonable fielder. So then use your right to match to get James Faulkner relatively cheap, maybe 2 crores, 3 crores, 3.5 crores, and then use your purse to make a decent enough team. So that's what I would have done if I was heading the Rajasthan Royals.
Hit the subscribe option and the bell icon to get all the exclusive sports videos on Extra Time.